Good day to my precious people. Hope all is well with you guys. Today my little discourse with us, I don't want to go too long, but it might be a little, it might have a little end, but we go in. Right? The topic today is the anchor will hold. Will hold. And these days I love to play the little clips. The little clips from these people that talk. And the first person I'm talking to today is Miss Penny. Oh, Miss Penny. I know that we are playmates. I know that. So I'm asking you something very kindly. My dear love, I am asking you something very kindly. And what I am asking you, please, Penny, go home. Penny, go home. Go home, go home, go home. For your own goods, go home. Please and thanks, go home. You need to go out your yard and stay home. You're very, very disrespectful. Very, very disrespectful and wicked too. And I will not stop calling all the wicked. Penny, when you had the opportunity to sign for us to get 100,000 or 100 million, how much ever money? When we went to borrow the funds and it was in your purview to just sign a paper so we could get it in Tobago, so we could do little thing in Tobago and you didn't sign it. Penny, who you coming to talk to? Penny, let me tell you something right now. Arima in trouble. Penny, mind your business. You barely missed it the last time. Next time around, you ain't gonna get it at all. Because I know half of them who went and put their finger for you, they don't start to feel a different way, and they wouldn't even give you a chance. All I hear, Penny, now, I hope all I hear she go there because I listen to listen.
Calvin has worked hard over the last 4 years. Calvin has been the standard bearer, the lone representative, the lone candidate who was successful in the last election 4 years ago.
Just now, wait, Calvin is standard bearer. Calvin is the lone PNM candidate who was successful. Successful where? We give them that. We give them that and we're not giving them this time. He was the standard bearer. What kind of standard Calvin was holding inside of that house? I tell you, I was one who used to be in that house regularly, and as soon as the last Thursday come in the month, your girl used to go in and sit down to listen. But when I hear this kind of crap this young boy was spewing inside of that place, I say, see you? You know, you kind of like a hype and you might go open your mouth and they go hold it for contempt, wherever you call the house, pitch you out and all kind of thing and ban you, saying, what happened? Stay home at your house. You better watch it online because I couldn't take Calvin. Calvin is the dumbest young man I ever see. You understand me? Given an opportunity to be in politics and couldn't do one thing. Who is Penny? Where she come from? Penny stay at Trinidad because make no sense to our Tobago. And all I hear the crowd while she talk. Listen to she. He earned the right for a second term. That's the next thing. You know, while he inside of them boys was treating him like a king. Everything Calvin asked for in that district, it was happening. The TPP was giving Calvin everything. They was fixing the roads. They have a nice ground. You understand me? A kind of ballpark place. If you see how nice that place is when we went to the meeting the other day. Calvin was there for how long? PNM was there for how long in that Wim district all the time? It's different. Was Claudia Groom Duke, I think Kelvin Charles, and I got to deal with something with Kelvin just now. All of them PNM, and they did nothing for that district. When the TPP came in, PDP/TPP came into power. Then is when people started to see the light. When people want to lie at a business out, then are when people started to see the light. This time around, people not voting on oh gosh, I'm a family, I'm a friend, you have to vote for Tobago. All your boy, hey, we have some good politics in Trinidad and Tobago, despite war. You have some countries that Penny could never even walk in them communities there to say she talking nonsense. And this one voice in the corner, she come like the last time when that person they getting on like this, the person when Rowley they say that he from Mason Hall and Mason Hall close to Lekki Town, and the last person who do me something in Lekki Town, who do he something, will become of them. Who put you out of the parliament? That was Manning. He put him out. And he tell you what he do. Right? He didn't say it in plain words, but he said the last person who put him out. And if anybody know the folklore of Tobago, you hear they say, don't talk, long time ago they used to say how Jumbie used to walk the road. And one of the places they was talking about is Lekki Town. And remember Champa tell earlier, the Lake to Jumbie. Well, I wonder, sir, she carrying on just like that. And this foolish woman named Penny coming and tell people, he deserve another chance. Which other chance? Which other chance? With Ricky Joe Fielder, who working in the community outside of being a representative, who kept doing so much wonderful things for that area, you will say, put Kelvin, who can't even tie his shoelace outside of them people telling him foolishness. Not even his shoelace, he can't even tie. Well, Penny, I'm begging you, stay out of our business. Anyhow, sometimes it is good when they come in, because it will give people more fuel and get we more vexed to know that we don't want no PNM and no Trinidad party in the business in Tobago. This is our island. This is not PNM island. A Tobago people island. Right. I don't with Penny, she can't even finish listening to she do this. I'm going up to she boy toy to she friend. I don't even know how to call them because we know for a fact, if I have not played stupid, Penny and this woman named Ansel is not friends. I'm telling all that if all who bought him PNM have 6 seats or some foolishness that it's shaky for TPP. If that was the truth, what Penny doing in Tobago? All of this name Tobago House of Assembly election. Every day I will try to educate you people. Tobago House of Assembly election have nothing to do with Trinidad and Trinidad people. Trinidad bring the party and put it in Tobago. And Tobago people had the parties were trying to get their own political party for years. APT James and all these fellas. They were working on behalf of the people of Tobago, but Eric William come and brainwash with our parents, some of them. And instead of they sit down and pull their head up, they sit down and put the head down inside a gutter. And buy into this foolishness. And I will tell you, the future is in the book bag. The future is in the book bag, yes. But when you sit down and just study academics, who plants in the land? We're going fish to eat. So, and even the garbage cleaners, how the place cleaning up? Because you see how people get lazy now. Instead of people clean up in front of the house, a man used to take his cutters and cut that from the yard and cut the place. No, nobody wants to do nothing for help themselves. So the future is in the book bag. Show away everything. And when they don't brainwash you into book bag, you can't get no work, you can't do nothing. You're just a person in the society with nothing. People used to laugh at mechanics. You understand me? Masons, carpenters, joiners. They used to laugh at these things. But right now, them people, they make more money than even the same politician them. Once they know how to do the business good, they make even more money than them. Right? PNM came and brainwashed black people, children. They just talk about Eric William. Eric William was a black man. No, he was not. You ever see children and them? Right? Have you ever seen Eric William's children? None of them is a purebred Negro. None. And it's something about, you know, I always said I could have a trend, but you know, I never heard it say I could have a wife. You know, that's something I had to research because them people, they have to have a mother, you know. But you never see a mother for none of them picnic there where they tell me being a with them picnic. Anyhow, that are them the business with that. Back to the seriousness of the times. Imagine that. A vote for the TPP on January 12th is a vote for the UNC, says Ansel. All you see that boy there? He listened to how a drowning man does song in the first
And
week.
of course, they campaigned right here in Tobago under the slogan, when UNC win, everybody win. And
First lie. First lie. I don't know who is it them who campaigned in Tobago and said under the slogan, when UNC win, everybody win. We had any color like yellow inside we something. The people had the song. Everybody was singing it. When UNC win, everybody win. Them had their own tune too. Every year they had a song that used to be bombarding with bed. PNM come back. You know how much years they tried to bring that foolishness in here? We fed up. No, they ain't coming again. PNM gone. Right? They campaigned in Tobago with this slogan. All you go back and listen to our campaign in April and tell me if we was campaigning for UNC or campaigning for anybody. We were campaigning for the heart and soul of Tobago. We were campaigning to remove the little two wallpaper that they had in the parliament who was doing nothing for us in Tobago. That is what we was campaigning for. We had also take off the wallpaper off of the wall because what? They faded. They faded. We couldn't keep them up there. And all they were good for with the penny and all of them is when Raul said, because remember people, me don't forget, all who forget is all the business, you know. He said, if we voted for the TP, was the PDP then, right? He is, and Watson Duke and the people and them, he will not forgive us. And he showed that he had all the power in his hands. So he kept pressuring the assembly right through. He saw Fahali as a nice little boy. He could have spin around his toe. But when he see that the young boy stand up against him, and then he turned and he tell him to mind your business. Oh, remember when the chief to tell him mind his business down in Trinidad? This is not his business. But this PNM want us to believe that, you know, Trinidad is so controlling us that we can't do nothing for ourselves, so we have to be shaking. I don't know bother with them clown there. So he said that how when they were campaigning here, we were saying, tell away name Ansel is a liar, little boy, you liar and chop it. Go ahead, let me listen to him.
the question is to you, the people of Tobago, are you winning yet?
And to that question where he asked to, right when he said when UNC win, if we, to the people of Tobago, are you winning yet? Yes, Ansel, we winning. We win, we get back a license and everything else to operate the quarry. Oh, yes, we won. We won in a greater budgetary allocation for the island of Tobago. That is big, big win. And a damn money there in RC. Now go.
And just in case you may forget, I want you to remember that every time you look at the Parliament channel, the two MPs that you, the people of Tobago, elected as part of the TPP are always sitting on the side of the government and voting and supporting the government led by the UNC.
Right. So you're talking about our MPs sitting on the side of the government. Which side they want them to sit on pan? And who they want them to support? The foolishness and everything that is supposed to give Tobago a little upliftment. Sit down with them 12 or how much they have on the other side there. And pull down Tobago and fight down Tobago and fight down everything for Tobago. You think they're stupid? You want them to such a thumping boys. They had two pom-pom girls. So them here so now is thumping boys. You lie. They are sitting on the right side. And nobody can make them vote for nothing that they know is not in the best interest of Tobago. They are not those dolly girls and those wallpaper they had there. These are men, real men with balls and backbone. So you can't handle that. You can't handle that. No, they must go there and sit down. You see, and if Tobago people, they must listen to all you. So all you stuff coming just like Maduro and the people and them in Venezuela, how they just be threatening Trinidad and how they saying Trinidad is theirs and their foolishness. So PNM now sitting in a corner waiting. Boy, yeah, Penny boy, if we get them, get back in the house of Assembly Tobago, man, we go sit down and we go put in more propaganda and we go tell more lie and we go get to mash up the people because you know black people just forget fast and they're very stupid, so they go come back and vote PNM. Nothing Tobago. Nothing Tobago. Let me finish.
And therefore, all of us must conclude that the TPP is in fact the Tobago People's Partnership, and therefore they are.
So they're trying to rename us now. We are the Tobago People's Partnership. We are the Tobago People's Partnership, yes, because we are partnering with the people of Tobago. We partners name Tobagonians and people who really love and care about Tobago, because that is why we slogan is Tobago is we. And to be we have to be in a partnership with one another to see our island excel, to see our people grow and get bigger. So no way attack when you attack, and then he want to harass
office of the UNC here in Tobago. And in case you had...
He said about office of the UNC in Tobago. All I wish part it is, tell me about it. UNC have any part or anything for with outside Tobago? Bye, yes. And as he talked about that, I want to jump in this before I forget it. The watch. Oh my gosh. All I see how they're desperate. They're lying on the chief and all. The chief sit down and talk to me the other day and talking about when he and his wife had to pool the resources together to try to see if they could face the bank, to see if they could buy a piece of land so that they could leave a legacy for the child. But he got take 80-something thousand US and buy one watch. Buy one watch. Money where you mean I get house and land and everything, when you convert it to we money, you take them and buy one watch. And I have to sit down and listen to these liar, crooked PNM people. Listen to me, boy, Kel. What's your name? Ansel. Finish it. Listen.
When the Member of Parliament for Tobago East had one opportunity to speak up for the people of Tobago regarding the radar situation, he said to you that it was a good thing. And in fact, he labeled it as part of the upgrades to the new A&R Robinson Airport Terminal building. In fact, he lied to you. He preferred to lie to you to support their friends in the UNC. And
right? He said that all Tobo lie on the when he had an opportunity to stand up. Listen to me. Someone ever stand up for we for radar. He stood up for us for the right thing. You know why he stood up? He gave us a story when he was in Speyside that the Prime Minister gave him her number and he never even used the number. But there she used her phone and she called him and he had a meeting with her to ask him what is the best way forward, you understand me, with the people of Tobago. What does Tobago need? And he told her and negotiated with her for us to get more money in our budget. Let me ask you a question. You ever hear he said that when Rowley was there, or even the same Penny, they just call him down to meet him and have one-on-one meeting with him? Regardless of the foolishness, with the things that where she got double price on this and double price on that, and I don't matter when nobody say, I do not agree with that. Even though you want to say, add on money on things, you don't have to double them. That's me. Personally, that is me. She didn't have to double it. Right. Anyhow, done with that. So back to the story now. You want Tomo. The trouble about it, Tomo is a Minister of National Security. Can anybody tell me if Mr. David Thomas is a member of the National Security Council and that he knows it all in all? And if he says, and he's talking about new airport, it's not done. When everything ready and set up inside, they call it new airport. You have a new building, yes, but it is a shell. It is inoperable. If you can't operate out there, what are you talking about? Stop talking about that, because in a hand or use our white elephant right now until it is well outfitted, just as how already do with the hospital in Roxborough, because of the war with the election, run and put in all kind of thing inside of the hospital. And as soon as I win back the election, I take everything and carry back where I get them. The Couva Hospital was a hospital that was well outfitted in Trinidad. It had every single thing in it. And PNM went inside of there and raped the whole hospital and took out all the beds, all the machines, all the everything. Ask them what they do with it. And PNM want to come and talk. These little Tobagonian children who only want to sit down. But I believe it. You see, what they call it, the Cosa Nostra, whatever code. And whatever that does deal with, it has to be a real powerful demon. Because I cannot see me as a living person in Tobago, born, bred in this Trinidad and Tobago, living in this Tobago, seeing what was done to our island. Everything PNM put their hand to, it fall down, it rotten down, it, you know, much fixtures. And I to show you too. The TPP is not a government that does go because, well, all right, it's PNM bill that. And then I bill it, go let me mash it down. Bam! I got bill over something. No. That is PNM behavior. Remember in Trinidad here. Even though it's not Trinidad election, but you know, they love to call about the UNC and they love to talk about this. The same UNC built a lot of schools and left them there for them to just put children in it. What did they do? Leave them there for the bats and the duens. Millions of dollars went down. That is why now these people want to come now and scramble and scrape to see how much money they can make back for the country here. The whole thing about it, the CPEP and the URP, where they always like to talk about, how much of them as government ministers had their parents and their family and their whoever, with how much contract for UNC, for CPEP. How much of them had all these things? How much of them people? My brothers and sisters, we have to, you know, we have to start to really use our brain and think carefully about these things. My Tobago brothers and sisters, we are fighting for the soul of our island. The PNM people have a lot of land that they own and are fine. Them also assembly people who just have all them paper there with all them things. They call their name and let the people and them know who own them. Let them know how much of Tobago that these PNM wicked children take from we to give it to their friends in Trinidad. Their friends, them that say South of Caroni, their friends west of Port of Spain. They let them talk about that. And they have some down in the south there too, eh? They might have 1 and 2 in south. And Tobago people, I want to remind all of something. All you ever hear 0.14 people ever voting against PNM? Them and all get fed up. Right? Only them down in Lavanti, down there, let us stay down at Port of Spain West area down there. Let us stay down there. Let them just stay down there. You understand me? We have to understand that these people are not good for our country. So here your boy. So he want to talk against Tomo. You can't talk against my MP, brother. My 2 MPs, you have nothing to say about them. Because they're now gone in there. It must be 8 months now, the government there. Right? And they have been negotiated and negotiations are going well. And that is why I am saying, when we get back inside of the first order of business, or let them fix them paper to set we free in Tobago to be able to do our own thing as much as we can, eh? Please. Somebody said to her, that way he said it, that one day I didn't hear that. But this man when him answer, I say, he gonna bring more flights to Tobago. All you remember when the UNC was in power and Ashworth was here in Tobago, and Ashworth went and asked for later flights, and we used to get flights to midnight. When Rowley they go in there, they drop that. They must send flight, must see the latest minutes after 8. So a flight might leave out of Tobago 9 o'clock for the latest. All I know something, newsflash. You know flights start to come back till midnight again. All right, who do that for we? What he talking about? And then I want to know, use the government of Trinidad and Tobago, so you could go and ask some people for plane to come in. Why I run me on Tobago is mine, so I would like to, make a deal with you people so that you can bring flights to Tobago and blah, 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 blah. No, you're not going to central government to have no talks with them. So these people intend to, I don't know how them intend to, if they get inside there, and I know it is a no, how they intend to run the assembly. Because from the way in which they speak, they have no intention to sit down and have no conversation with the UNC government. So I don't know who they're going on there and have conversation with. Penny must sit there to be able to tell them, that and nothing. You know the last time we had an insurrection and we had a coup, we go call up that them same Jamaat people to have a coup, but Jamaat people smart now. Jamaat people smart now. And I know they ain't gonna come in all the foolishness for them to tarnish the Muslim people name. Then we finish this now for the kitchen.
Make no mistake that on January the 12th, a vote for the TPP will in fact be a vote for the United National Congress.
Right? So he's telling us, make no mistake, a vote for the TPP will be a vote for the UNC. So a vote for them, they say, so who? There is no difference. PNM name PNM. They have no brain of their own. They can't think for themselves. They can't do nothing for themselves. So I vote for the PNM at Tobago. I have a vote for Penny Adam. It's a vote for Foster Cumming to get more angry. You understand me? He say he know how to oil the propaganda machine. All the foolishness them talking on the campaign there in Tobago is what these people put for them. You understand me? So it's their playbook and them wait. The last one I'm talking about is Mr. I'm coming for, take him, be quiet. I have to play you. You're not playing yourself, right? Mr. Kelvon himself.
Is in 20.
Wait. TPP lies, says Kelvon. He calls out Keegan the noon. Kelvon calls out Farley. He called out Keegan, Keegan. Before I even think. Keegan, the star boy of the PNM. Keegan, the most honest and the most upright and the most upstanding of the PNM. Then, while he was PNM. Watch how they want to do. Kelvon of all people, who does lie for nothing, everything, and something. You understand me? I see he lie right in the house. He was trying to see if he can get the police and they must to lock up tin. Lying and say about how the girl checked me and all kind of thing. Big liar. Me and all leaders used to try to come at. You understand me? Well, you see that he can't handle me. You see that he can't handle me. I meet him in Roxborough at time, in Harvest, and we there talking and saying, oh, you're threatening me. Because I tell you, you're talking stupidness in the house. And he's like, threatening. I say, well, call the police. Why if my threatening you call the police? He talking about Keegan. Anybody ever see Keegan in any foolishness? And why? And let me listen to what he say. Calling lies. Or listen to him.
A note was done to increase the pay, and they were even paid a back pay retroactively to 2007. So how could this upstart, this newly formed TPP member?
He's an upstart now.
Who's contesting our chief secretary candidate, our political leader, come to say that under the TPP, that is the only time they receive increase for the CPEP. When this confirmed that in 2018, there was a 15% pay increase under back pay.
Now, me never work CPEP, so me not no back pay. I know back pay. I've never heard in the lifetime of CPAP in Tobago. Number one, Trinidad used to get the thing them, and Tobago never used to get nothing. I used to work with URP. You hear me? And Trinidad used to get wherever they had to get. Tobago never used to get one thing. So they come again with the dotations, and the truth is the truth. Both CPAP and URP is not just razor pay, no. They got, watch me, they got upgrade in their work, the whole work scheme. Because, let me tell you, when you see like Christmas holidays and all them things here, you never used to get a cent pay for them days there. No matter it's a national holiday, they never used to give no money for that. It had not named sick leave. You can't take a day. If you take a day and you have no pay, forget. Right now, these people are reaping all these benefits because they're getting their pay, they're getting holidays, they're getting every single thing. They have normalized those two entities in Tobago to make the life of Tobagonian better. And if it's a choppy people working in them two departments, want to listen to them dotish boy with a dotishness. You understand me? And vote out all the livelihood if all they want. Vote against all the livelihood. But hear me, I going on.
Who was in charge? That was Kelvin Charles and the People's National Movement.
This, yes, sir. To tell her this boy have no shame and these people, PNM people have no shame. How can you, the audacity of you, to say you call him Mr. Kelvin Charles, honorable man as Mr. Kelvin Charles name in your mouth, in your dirty mouth. When all you sit down in all the party, it was good. So he was doing good thing for CPAP and he was doing this and he was doing that. But all you, the Ansel, the Tracy, all of you sat down and formed a palace coup inside of that PNM party. And all you kicked Mr. Kelvin Charles like a dog when the man says he's not leaving. You understand me? Big bad bold Tracy gave him ultimatum and said he have to leave. Only and even let the man make a 4 years. Good. And then all you say, you had the audacity to say you calling him a name. And when they're done what they do, they take you and they throw you in the area where he was and you did nothing. Your first time when he was there, when this with the 6-6 thing, when you went there, you got up in study park all about and begging them people and begging man. You understand me? To vote for all and all kind of thing. You forget the video. You had the video there where them people take you out to talk. The people that stand up there with you and they catch you with your pants down. And I have no shame. Not a bit of a shame, Kelvin, and I have no shame for say you are called Mr. Kelvin Charles name in your mouth. Tell me this thing. Why are you? These PNM people, they're out of touch. They're out of timing. Boy, to tell you the truth, you see Kwesi? Me talk about he, whoever it was yesterday, and me didn't have time for Kwesi. Always Kwesi is like a drowning man looking for somebody to show him a lifeline, and he ain't getting none. He's drowning. To die the death he will. And I want let me finish this morning you.
And therefore again, you can't take these people's word and make they're just liar. And imagine the man barely spent 2 weeks in the TPP and liabilities pulled the man already.
Imagine that. He talking about Keegan and lie. One thing I watching too when he was in the meeting just now. When he was in the meeting, he's so ashamed of being a PNM. All I see is a black and white striped jersey he have on. He never wear the clothes. You love them so much and everything so nice. Wear your political clothes. Ask Kwesi for one of them jersey where he did with them big dirty balize. I don't know who doing them printing for him because they're all dirty up because instead of doing it properly. Ask one of them for a shot. It's like things bad with them so much that they don't even have clothes to wear for the meeting. You want to watch Keegan. Upstanding, decent Papa Keegan. Because, you know what they say? When the fox can't get the grape, what do they say? It's sour. All of you look at a stifling. You got to take a stifling. You understand me? Let Ansel walk on all you. Driving in the Porsche and driving in the this and going from this house and that house and owning property on government land and all them wicked dirty thing when people like we sir putting in thing to get a piece of land to put something we can't get because all the PNM people, whether they're from Trinidad or they're from Tobago, all they take Tobago land them and give them away and circle it from all the stuff and then all they want to come and talk about what? Come and talk about what? Continue with the dirty talk. There we go.
Father is spreading it to all of them. And therefore I'm saying to the CPEP and URP workers, how could you trust the word of a man who said to every contract worker that no one of you will lose your jobs. We give you the commitment here before the election. When we get into power, no contract worker will lose their jobs. You know what? A few moments later, the PDP is the administration and is fire for CPEP workers, fire for workers from the community partnership, fire for the monitoring and evaluation, fire for anybody that deem PNM.
So all them places where they call them, we never know about one of them community partnership and this and that. But they have a name where you call it. Let me finish this now, listen.
And more than that, you will require they're saying now Tobago is we. And I want to ask the Chief Secretary, who is this we? Was Tobago we when they fired the workers from community partnership?
Community partnership.
Was Tobago we when they fired the monitoring and evaluation workers? Was Tobago we when they deemed workers of the THA political hires? Was Tobago...
And was it a lie? Those things that he's talking about, they were political hirees because every one of them been a somebody PNM. Because here we fighting for. Listen carefully, me people.
When they got the court judgment that said pay Garvin Walters and the rest because you terminate them under false pretense and under unjust circumstances.
Right. He said the court said to pay them. So because the court said pay them. Now, if they didn't have a reason to appeal that case, you think the Court of Appeal would have taken the case to put it there so that it could be appealed? People all we sit down and think, and here we want money for Garvin Walters. You see, Garvin Walters hate the world because he want money. What that evaluation or revaluation, what that was for? So these people used to sit down and just form up little organization within the organization so that they could get their friends to eat a food. So when this one come and get a little work here now, he gonna be part of the bed rigging people and them. So they're gonna be able to put back, we forming this clique. So you know when this clique is formed, when all they gotta pay, all they have to give 10% back. So you understand me? And if you form an organization and it has nothing proper, no proper structure in it, I could just take government money, the people's money, and just throw it out and give people just so. And here he called Garvin name. Why you call the other people name? Because the other people, you can't call the name because they treat them, PNM same people, they treat them like dog and still treating them like dog. They're supposed to be good, standing, prominent, high-ranking members of the party, and they just treat all of them like dog. I know of what I speak. Kelvin, you can't come on me to talk your foolishness. Kelvin want to talk about Keegan. Kelvin, you can't even wash Keegan's shoes. You understand me? You can't step which part that young man have stepped. And I look at do all I want. And I look at bring up half of Trinidad and throw them down in a book. It's still why name Ansel will never win a seat. All of you, there's any 4 vote they lose him by? Never. And that is true. In case all of you know what is supposed to be right, they say, let Kelvin tell us what was the scope of work for the community partnership folks. And let him tell us who are those workers that were just now saying he wouldn't call all of them name. They call the name. And I like the first part. Let him tell us what was the scope of work. I tell all of them just used to sit down and make bandit ghosts. Just as all the ghost gang outside, they went in and walks and make the same set of ghosts on them. But it's wise men who went inside of our assembly. You understand me? And they pay them, judge on them. You understand me? Could award them wherever. He have other judges who cannot be bought, whether by UNC or PNM. None of them can buy them. So they cannot come wrong way. You understand? They can't come wrong way. But my people in Tobago, I like it how hardly anybody just got and listen to the meeting. But Liz, I don't better want nobody say I will thank you every day. Take out the clips and bring it them give you. When a little said that it gonna be a trump card for them, it got show Tobago people keep them out. All the keep out PNM from Tobago. What's your name is? Penny have no part of Tobago. I don't want no Penny, no rusty Penny there. Tobago is not to be used by PNM all the time so that they tell us that they have a lifeline. They have nothing in Trinidad, so they want to come over there to bamboozle the people. The thief out, I will land them at Tobago enough and give it to their friends and them. Is them. All in Lamy Road. Ask them people who the same people who they calling South Carolina people them. Ask them how them have land and own land at Tobago. Ask them. Them are Indian. Ask them how they own them and who give them. Ask if it is true that Imbert owned by John Diale. Ask about how much lands too that the Rowleys own in Mason Hall and wanted to go and own Rocks Row Estate too. Ask them. And then we sit on in the island, you can't even get a piece of land properly. My dear Tobago people, let us mind our business. Let us watch with business. And let we don't get tied up with these criminals called PNM. It's a power impress. And we're going to ask God daily to lift us out of that crazy people system. We don't want them around us. They are not good for Tobago. They're not good for our way. Young people at Tobago, I tell all this too. Talk to all the fellow young people. Once you have 18 years and older, check and see if your name on the voters list. Go out and vote. This is for your future, your Tobago, your upliftment. We saw going down, all this are coming up. Do things to help yourselves. I am warning you guys, you know. Not text Tikaya is and box Tikaya is and not tell her, let's say, well, me not like this and me not like that. That is not this election. This election is for people who working and people who will continue to do the work. We have seen under 4 years of hardship and pressure. Let me say 3.5 years of, or how much it is? 3.5. Let me give them that because UNC come and show them out. Praise God. Of hardship and pressure. These fellas could still do things in Tobago. Don't forget that highway going to the airport where you see all of them using now, you know. Remember how much pressure and how much court order and how much stoppage Trevor get before he can finish that? This outer place one that name and still going up inside Lansing and Palatovia and them place and talking about what? Calling me chief what? A father who doesn't take care of his children? He's lucky that those people didn't take care and just I see and show up and they touch road for go back at home. Because the roads that he's driving to go up inside of there. You understand me? Is them fix it. Is we fix it. That the people and them doesn't have no flood out and ain't going to be cut off again. And more could have been done. Although wasn't even sending asphalt from Trinidad. Remember that? All them things all was doing against Tobago. Tobago people don't forget. Now is not time for we to forget. You hear? Now is not time for us to forget. So, with that, look at those snakes. Snakes, who doesn't bite? They squeeze you. The anaconda and the cobra, and all them will squeeze you, and them squeeze the life out of you. And that what the enemy not do. And I can't afford for them to just take the last breath. No. We need to keep them out and let us stay out. Oh yes, all the lights that they put up, where Ayana they want to go and take fame for. But these people are easy now. These PNM talking about liar. And liar must know themselves, you know. So they feel everybody like them, so everybody lying. No. We are the platform of truth. And by the way, all I am meeting in Signal tonight. So all who could come out, all the come out and go out and listen. All who want tune in. Meeting tonight, Signal Hill. Up by Tatos again. And all you have a blessed one. I'm gone.